Just never seen people march up Broad in my history in Philadelphia. So I didn't want to put up so many videos. Also, battery power is an issue, so I turned off my camera to wait for them to start marching. Because we have a lot of close calls on buses today already. A woman walking and a biker. So watch out for your buses today. There's 2 along Walnut on this string. If people were on a string or a conveyor belt. Already within 3, 4, 5 blocks. What are we, 13? And she was on what? 15? So within 2 blocks, ladies and gentlemen, we saw 2 people almost get thrown under the bus. Hit by a bus. Someone said that about me, like, wonder who threw her under the bus for whatever began in 2011. That is, we know it's bad, but we're not sure what we're supposed to do. So anyway, I couldn't record the entire march, and also 2 hours standing in front of City Hall is a long time. So I could do part of the march and then use shorts, and then I went home because it's like, and then I wound up only putting up 3 videos. I had more like 10, you know, to 15. It's too much. And anyway, let's check on Teddy. Teddy's got his ear up by, the right ear up by the window here at Dara Thai Cuisine. So just a little interesting thing about string theory. And there's a little mark there with a couple pieces of cardboard, whatever, ripped from a cigarette pack or similar, a couple tabs. And again, it looks like pieces on a string, and that was gold Marlboro. I would actually wonder if the universe or people who are extremely in the know but don't want to be noticed too much for what they know would be saying that. I would actually think this. Sorry, Marlboro, you've sold a lot in your lifetime, but if you buy Marlboro cigarettes, you're on a string in front of Bauer Cafe or I don't know, you know, I would actually wonder. It's hard to explain because I experienced something so whack that it put my brain in a whole other. Do I want to go this way? All right. See how this sidewalk, I mean, because of all the underground work, see how we have strips, you know, sections that are new, sections that are old. You often see strips throughout the city because of all the underground work. It would be like having magnets on your shoes, and you're just sort of on a people mover all day long throughout Philadelphia. Here, look. In and out of edifices, parking garages, or anything that's a building is an edifice. So over to Jefferson, because everybody has to get to work or what have you at Jefferson. So someone wearing a flesh-colored shirt, so from a distance you would wonder if this guy didn't have clothing on under his overalls, over it all. So for some people, overalls mean I'm over it all. So, a little conveyor belt of cement sidewalk going into Tinsel or whatever that bar is. I have no idea what happened here next to Finn McCool's, but it can really look like a chintzy, tawdry strip of 3 or 4 bars. And I'm wondering why they did that here behind Klein School of Law, Advocacy, or whatever. Oh, I know why they did it. Puppeting program. It is easier to puppet people who are not healthy at all. And if you're showing up to those bars, I'm sorry to offend anyone, you're probably not that healthy. Like, you're in Darkland big time. Darkville. Big gulp. Do you know what it means? I'm sure it has like 10 different meanings, but I know it could have a sexual connotation. Are certain big O's feeling a lot bigger if you got a huge breath of oxygen? Some people think it's the opposite and they do choking. Sorry to say that. But if you practice those practices, these are people who somehow grew accustomed to pain and nearing death. And they think that it gives them a thrill. It actually doesn't. The opposite is true. I am here to say that more life makes you feel yummier if you want to go that route. Good foods, and if you wind up super thin and healthy because you eat good foods, I don't know which way to go because of an issue going on today. So anyway, we'll go this way. We always go through the plaza. There'll be a food truck festival here after the Broad Street Run on Sunday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So today's the 2nd, Saturday's the 3rd, Sunday is May the 4th be with you. I am a woman in love. Da, 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 da. Black Dodge Durango. I have a reference to Dodge Durango. But it's a Dodge. Do you have to figure that one out, but someone wants to dodge the Durango. Canopy, Canopy. Used to be a social services building. Federal donuts, feds do nuts. They drive you crazy. Potentially, if they're used to orchestrating, that's how I would see it. The Girard. Anything north of Girard Avenue in Philadelphia, which is way north of Market Street here, but anything north of Girard, the Girard is like a line, and anything above Girard is Drugville. And south of Girard, you still have some, but it's not, you know, basically Kensington is up there north of Girard and everything, so.
Where she's taking
So anyway, really key points. The march with Bernie Sanders or what have you, that marched people straight up to the string theory statue, which would be breaking free of something, a matrix. And the downside would be if the matrix that you were in actually helped you and supported you, you don't want to break free of it. If you break free of it, you could fall into the abyss of social services. That's a hard rock. Some people get rocked hard and they're looking for, they want to believe in something, they wind up joining in with protests, and I totally love the idea. It's supposed to be America, but I will say this, I was tortured so badly, I refused to vote for the rest of my entire life, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a choice that a woman wanted to make, me. Because my case is so bad. There are people lucky that they're not in federal prison for life. You want to break free of a string that kept you out here living freely? Wind up on that string?